Hello, my friends. Welcome. Glad to have you with me today. I got a box in the mail. They sent me an e-bike to review. So just want to say that as any e-bike or any type of product that I review is my own review. So they don't tell me what to say or what not to say. The review is an honest review, and I'm going to try to be as honest as I can with this e-bike. Okay, so this is going to be like a cargo e-bike. So I'm kind of excited to see what it looks like and how it handles. The company is HOVSCO, and the model is HovCart model. So we're gonna put it together, assemble it, and then we'll look at it and see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, guys, me and Joy are gonna put this, assemble this bike. So it's an e-bike. It's a cargo bike, and it's mostly for family. You know, people have kids, so you can keep. But anyways, this is the e-bike out of the box. So that's what. But we're gonna assemble it, and then later on, when I do some of the first impressions on the riding it, I can go into more detail on the bike once we have it put together. The seat did require some assembly. Mostly the main parts were the handlebar, the fork, the kickstand, the front tire, the rear seat, the fenders. So it did require some assembly than most bikes, but it was doable. I think they send you all the tools that you need, and it's very doable. Anybody can do it. Hey guys, this is the bike. What do you guys think? Nice bike, huh? This is a pretty neat bike. It's like a very, very different bike. It's like a cargo bike. You can see it has a long seat with a place to put your feet. Nice bike. It's a bike you don't see often. So I think it's going to be a different thing riding here in Albuquerque, this kind of bike. Okay? But yeah, so, I'm excited to put it to the paces and do some explorations with it and stuff. So what do you guys think? Let me get out of the way so you guys can admire the bike. Look at that beauty, huh? Gorgeous bike, guys. Alrighty, so I'm gonna do a ride around the block real quick, just for it's just the first time, just to get first impressions of how it rides, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys, riding this bike for the first time. Yeah, I need to loosen the handlebar a little bit. It's a little tight. Okay, so I'm on 4, doing about 10. It rides pretty good, It's riding okay. Let's see. Let me go to 5. I think 5 is the most. 11. 12 miles an hour. 13. 14. So I'll do a speed test down the line. I'm just trying to get the feel of the bike, so just to see how it feels It feels good, guys. Feels good. It rides riding okay. Feels smooth. Alrighty. Feels like the sun is starting to go down. Alright. The brakes flash.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Well, my friends, we're taking this HovCart bike. Is made by HOVSCO on the trail along the Arroyo. And, you know, this is a unique bike. I mean, it's like it's like a cargo bike or passenger bike. But I noticed, you know, it's kind of a little longer than your typical bikes. So it's made, you know, to carry things in the back. So I don't have the rails that go around for the kids to hold on to. But on the next one, I should have it put on. Okay, so today I'm just doing kind of like a first impression on the bike, how it feels, sort of thing. So, so I did like a little speed test on power level 5, and I took it all the way to 18. But I don't know if there's a speed limiter for this bike, so I need to look into that. The bike is very smooth, you know. It has like a long seat, very comfy, very comfortable. I even looked at the seat on the back, and it's got really nice soft foam, and it feels real comfortable, I think, in the back. So I think I may have to borrow a child or two to test it with kids in the back. But I should have the rails. I'm leaving on a trip, but I'll work on the second video. This is gonna be the first, and it's gonna be the unboxing, first impression ride, and then I'm gonna go over the features of the bike, and then the second video is gonna be more like a speed test. Hopefully, I can get that speed resolved, and then also, you know, I'll do different terrain, and I might even do a night ride kind of deal. So we'll figure it out. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get our technical guru on e-bikes, Joey, my friend, and he's gonna go over some of the components and features of this bike. Okay, Joey.
Okay, this is the HOVSCO HovCart. It's a cargo bike. It's meant for families to haul small children. We assembled it the other night. We did not put the rails on for the kids. We're just out trying it. One of the interesting things, it has a center stand like a motorcycle. The reason that I think is for when you're putting kids on it, you can put it up on the center stand and it stays centered, so it's not leaning over wanting to fall over while you're loading it. It's got a 750 watt motor in the rear. The battery is a 15 amp hour 48 volt. It's got a 7-speed rear end. The shifter's up here on the handlebar in the usual place. It does have hydraulic brakes that work very nice. It's got the thumb throttle on it. The one thing that this is different from a lot of bikes that I've ridden is that it's got a torque sensor. So when you're riding it, it's more like a regular bicycle. When you start pedaling it the harder you push on the pedal, the more assist you get from the motor. So it has 5 power levels on the pedal assist, which if you're just using the throttle, those power levels will top out at certain speeds. If you're running with the torque sensor, you can just put it on the highest power level, and by pedaling lightly, the bike will go slow and not want to run away with you. That's on the old cadence sensor type bikes. If you're in the high power level, as soon as you start moving the pedals, the bike will want to go full speed. So that's one of the reasons that the newer generations of bikes, I think, are coming out with the torque sensor. So that's something to be aware of. If you like to cruise fast without having to put effort in, you could just use the throttle alone on this bike. And its current configuration, it is locked down to a lower speed, but supposedly when it gets unlocked, it will do 28 miles an hour. It's got the long seat, and as I say, we did not put the rails on yet, so we'll be installing the rails soon. The way it is, I could see, like with older kids where they're bigger, they wouldn't want the rails on it. You've got the seat, you got the little handle here where the person riding in back can grab the handle. So that works nice. It's got 20-inch wheels that are, I call them mag wheels. I don't know if they're magnesium or some kind of high-tech plastic. So there's no spokes to worry about coming loose. The tires are 3-inch wide, and they hold 35 pounds, so the bike will roll. If you air them up good, the bike will roll easier down the road than if you're running a lower pressure tire. So we're going to have to test it and see what kind of range the bike will do. But so far, I'm impressed with it. It gives a smooth ride, even though it doesn't have rear suspension, and I would attribute that just to the fact that it's got a longer wheelbase than the bikes that I'm used to. Okay, well, the monitor, it's kind of hard to see in the sun here, but it does have a speedometer, an odometer, and then a trip odometer. It also has an indicator to show the power for your pedal assist level. As I say, it's got 5 pedal assist levels. There's also a battery indicator up here. And then I believe it also may have it does have a brake light indicator when I pull the brake light lever. Another curious thing with this bike is when you put the brake light on, it flashes on the back. It doesn't stay on steady. It winks at you. I think that's to get the attention of cars and people behind you, more than just a solid brake light. And then it's got this little headlight that's not bad. I rode it the other night, and that headlight works pretty good. So, and a horn. So, it also, now that I look, it's got adjustable tension on the forks, and it's got a lockout where you can turn it and lock the fork so that it's like rigid on both ends. So, and it has the disc brakes, and as I say, they're hydraulic on this bike, and they are very smooth working brakes. So I think that's about everything I can think of on this thing, but it's a nice little bike.
All right, Joey. Well, thank you for giving us the technical aspects of the bike. You did a good job showing us the components and the capabilities and the aspects of the bike. Thank you. Okay, guys, now we're going west on Candelaria. Okay, we're on the sidewalk. because the bicycle lane disappeared. Suddenly it's gone. But this bike is handling it real well on the sidewalk. These sidewalks are in bad shape, guys. There's like cracks. Some of the parts of the sidewalk are buckled, forming like a little mountain. But this bike is handling all this, not a problem. Okay, not much of a bike lane here. They need to decide whether they're gonna have a bike lane or not. It was there one moment and it's gone the next. We'll do the sidewalk. Yeah, it's handling everything pretty good, man. There comes the trucks if it stops. Okay. He's doing pretty good, man, for this rough. These rough sidewalks are a challenge, if I may say. See if this truck stops. But we are out of sidewalk. No more sidewalk. I'll get on this sidewalk here. Kind of this here. Okay, guys. So we are headed south on 4th Street, and we're back on the sidewalk. These sidewalks are in bad shape, but let me tell you, this bike is doing very well handling all these rough bumps and hills and imperfections on the sidewalk. For not having a rear suspension, is very smooth. I'm very impressed with this bike, my friends. And the handling, you know, there was a couple of areas that it got real narrow with the sidewalks, and I was able to handle it real well, so it wasn't really a big problem with some of these challenges on this bike. And the ride is very smooth, man. This is a great bike for urban riding on the streets. If you can ride on this type of condition on the sidewalk, man, the streets are no problem. This street actually has a bike lane, but I just want to test some of the challenging areas. Try to put this bike to the paces. I just gotta be careful because you don't know what to expect. You know, you can come up on something that's really bad. So we're headed south. We're gonna try to hit it in the area of 1st and the freeway, just to check it out. Holy crap. That part of the sidewalk was parallel, just like standing. I wasn't sure how bad it was initially, but it was probably doable. I just don't want to take a chance. So the brakes work. Man, these hydraulics brakes are great, guys. You know, I can see having passengers is not going to be a problem stopping. Look how narrow it is. Look at that. That building is all the way up to almost to the end of the sidewalk. That's got to be a code violation right there. Unbelievable. You don't want to hit that wall with the end of your handlebar, man. That would not be a good thing for sure. Okay, guys, we're on 2nd Street going south. Bike is doing very well. Highly impressed. See, I'm going real slow. I'm able to control the bike, no problem. I got pedestrians in front of me. And
I know the people that started.
And it's not a problem handling this bike, guys. Very impressed. So there's usually a lot of homeless people camped out here on this street, but it looks like they're cleaning them up. I just saw a few police cars, and there's that truck, the city truck, with full of homeless stuff. To my right is a police car, so they're out here cleaning up. But typically on any given day, man, this whole street is full of homeless people camped out. So we're gonna go south on First Street and put this bike to the test, man. So far, it's done real well. Riding over those challenging sidewalks that are a menace, a hazard. So the big, you can see all the trash, but typically it looks worse. It's full of trash here. So it's not bad. They've been cleaning up the city. Yes, I don't see the homeless problem that you usually see out here. There's a few, but not as many as usual. Yeah, guys, so this is a nice bike. I like it. It's, different type of bike. It's more like for a family, so you can carry your children in the back. Like I said, we're going to put the rail on the next ride. We'll have it up. And hopefully I can put some passengers. But so far, man, I'm impressed with this bike. And we're going to unlock it so we can go the max speed on this. This underneath the I-40 bridge, it's usually packed with homeless people, camps, tents, people having dogs. Usually, there's a lot of people here. So you can see that truck on my left, they're cleaning up. The city is. Okay, my friends, we're going to turn back, turn around and go back the direction we came in from. You can see some homeless people. They're still coming in after they cleaned up, and you can tell they cleaned up all this trash. There's still some, but typically this place is full of trash. I kind of feel bad for the business community. I know they complain a lot, but that lot on the left typically has like encampment there with a lot of homeless people that gather there. This area is really bad, and primarily because there's a place we're gonna see it in a little bit where they give them services, food, and stuff like that. So they like to hang out here, so they can eat. They have restrooms for them and stuff. So, and the homeless situation is a problem here in Albuquerque, like most cities. So. It's not common to Albuquerque. But this bike, man, the more I ride it, the more I like it. It maneuvers real well, easy to handle. There's a police car on my left. And it's a pleasure to drive. Right here on the right is where they provide services. And they're all inside. All the homeless people who moved in the private area, they're inside. They're not on the street. So we're gonna get on the sidewalk. We're gonna go grab something to eat, me and Joey, because we're starving, man. But I hope you guys are enjoying this test drive, man. This bike has done well, exceeded my expectations totally. So, and I'm not used to riding bikes like this, I usually have these smaller bikes that are not real long, that you can maneuver very easy. But I didn't have any problems. Almost run over that guy. Didn't really have any problems, guys, honestly. So we're gonna go eat over here at Whataburger. I don't know if I don't know if any of you that are from out of town have Whataburger, but they have some decent burgers for sure. Well, guys, we're headed back. My impression on this bike is that this bike is pretty awesome. I think that once I do the other test, where I'm gonna test, with passengers and also a speed test, different terrain, maybe a night ride, I think I'll get a good idea, a better idea. So stay tuned for that test. Also, I want to mention that in the description, there's going to be a link where you can look more at this bike, the specs, and if you want to buy it, there's definitely press on that link, or just to get more information on it. There's also a discount code, so that if you decide to buy it, you can get a discount. So this is an exciting bike, man. This is different than most bikes. It's a cargo passenger family bike. So if you have children, you want to take them along, it's got a rail so they can rest. And you'll see if you go to the website, you can see some pictures of examples of kids being transported on this bike. You'll be pleasantly surprised that this is a real family-friendly e-bike that can really, you can go riding not just on your own, but you can take family along. So instead of pulling them on a trailer, you got them in the back of the bike. So I think this can work real well, and even for people that just want to maybe put stuff in the back, a lot of stuff, it really will work well. But anyways, I want to thank you for joining me. Until the next one, we'll see you. Bueno, bye.